Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm your host, Corey Zaleski on Channel 5, KBCS, giving you up-to-date coverage on your loved ones overseas. Earlier this week, the U.S. Navy assaulted the Japanese Navy at the Battle of Coral Sea. To our luck, we were able to break the Japanese code and learn of their plans for an attack on Midway. The commander of the U.S. Navy, Vice Admiral Frank J. Fletcher, sent 2 divisions to intercept the Japanese convoy. The 1st Division was Task Force 17, which included the USS Yorktown, 3 heavy carriers, and 6 destroyers. The 2nd Division was Task Force 11, which included the carrier USS Lexington, 2 heavy cruisers, and 5 destroyers. Both task force combined only included 150 planes compared to the Japanese 130 planes. On May 4th, the U.S. Navy arrived at the Coral Sea before the Japanese Navy, causing the U.S. Navy to have a surprise attack against the Japanese Navy. Spotter planes from the Yorktown sighted its target, which were a few ships that surrounded the Tulagi carrier. The Yorktown deployed 40 planes to take out the ships. When the first attack was made, the planes had destroyed 3 minesweepers and severely damaged a destroyer. At the end of the day, only 2 Japanese planes were destroyed. On May 5th, both divisions rendezvoused at a pre-thought-out location. On May 7th, Japanese spotter planes spotted the U.S. fleet and scrambled 15 bomber planes. But the planes did not hit their intended targets, though. Although they didn't, at the end of the day, 1 U.S. ship sunk, taking 379 crew members with it. On May 8th, the Yorktown launched planes at what appeared to be a carrier and a destroyer, but turned out to be just a few light cruisers. The Lexington, however, had way better luck. It had a combined force of the Yorktown and its own planes against one of the Japanese carriers. The carrier did not stand a chance against this combined force and eventually was sunk. The last chance that the Japanese had was to send 27 of their best pilots to take out the American carriers. The Yorktown had survived, but the Lexington did not. An explosion from flammable vapors left the ship useless. The carrier was abandoned and was sunk by a U.S. destroyer so that no other Japanese people could ever rescue it. The Japanese seized the attack due to the casualties they took, but the battle was drawn due to the fair casualties on both sides. The U.S. takes it as a victory because we stopped the spread of the Japanese spreading into Australia. The U.S. lost 33 planes, but the Japanese lost 43 planes. We lost 656 men, and the Japanese lost 966 men. That's all for today, folks. And catch me tomorrow as I talk about advancements in tanks and artillery, where we get into great detail and on-the-scene footage. So have a good day, and tomorrow I'll be back for more news on the war.